Thank you for tuning into The Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. Peter is the director of the 12th Division of the ACIO, Advanced or Alien Contact Intelligence Organization. Jessica is a galactic liaison and the interdimensional seer. Together they will discuss the most current updates from the ACIO, Council of Five, and other extraterrestrial sources regarding many influences on our planet today. Our new format allows you to ask questions and hear the answers from the previous show. Post your question in the comment section below the YouTube video. Disclosures, insider intel that keeps you updated with planetary changes.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us today in Disclosures. We have Peter the Insider and James Rink here, and there's going to be a lot to talk about today. So I just want to say hello. Hello, James. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me to the show. I really appreciate that. I'm sure we'll go over a lot of these current events and some new developments going on with Peter the Insider, who is here also. Peter, are you there?
Yeah, thank you very much for your invitation. And there are a lot of stuff going on all around the world, and I think that people should deserves to know the truth, because those mainstream media brainwashing. I'm very sick and tired of that. So I'm here to tell people the truth.
Okay. So let's get started with this. Big topic today. Paul Serene, Kevin Spacey, aka Kevin Spacey. Let's talk about what's going on there. I mean, the news just came out recently, and I think this is a topic that we've been discussing for a while now, so we might as well just get right into it.
Yeah, the stuff is that I'm talking about upper management, respectively directly CEO of MSL, what means Monarch Solutions Limited, directly, like in person CEO. It's we can call him Kevin Spacey, but you know who it is, respectively who is, the name of the man. It's Paul Serene.
He's a clone. Is he? But he's a clone of Paul Serene, the head of Monarch Solutions. Kevin Spacey. Technically,
it's very complicated, and the current status is unknown, to be perfectly honest. We believed that we know something, but we knew. So technically, I am using, past, not we know, but we knew, because how can I say that? The situation is very complicated right now, and we have no actually we have no clue what's going on. And it is not only about sexual stuff with juvenile, with what this was like, children, respectively, puberty people, and young people, and all kind of those things. But there are some crimes about black magic, and this black magic is connected somehow with what it is like, blood of virgins. I'm talking about female virgins. I don't know, it's just a little bit more complicated, plus just like that. But main thing is that they know that many of their because they are calling them items, and I'm not hey people, I am not kidding you. They are calling them items, respectively objects, subjects, and then it is there are numbers, respectively alphanumerical strings, and they are talking about either people, respectively other races. I mean, like highly intelligent races, respectively, or like animals, and they are experimenting on them, and many of them raised up, respectively. They uh, went away from they freed themselves from those underground facilities, and they totally broke their pattern, as they love to say. They love to call it this way, and now they don't know what to do, because they had their own plan, and now the plan is broken. And oh, what should we do once our plan is not working? So that's current status about Monarch. I mean, how can I say that? What do we know for sure? That's the stuff.
So Monarch's losing, falling apart. But James, go ahead and read what you.
Yeah. Well, this is an article that just came out on CBC.ca, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. So it says here, Kevin Spacey was charged with indecent assault in the U.S. Is the actor scheduled for arraignment January 7th in Massachusetts, apparently on Nantucket Island. If that's not, yeah. So Kevin Spacey was charged with groping an 18-year-old son of a Boston TV anchor in 2016, the first criminal case brought against the Oscar-winning actor since his career collapsed amid a string of sexual misconduct allegations over a year ago. Spacey, 59, is due in court January 7th on the resort island Nantucket. And it goes on here. It says a criminal complaint was issued by a clerk magistrate. Okay, so and then he posted this video shortly after the charge became public. Spacey posted this YouTube video called "Let Me Be Frank" and tweeted to it, breaking a public silence of more than a year. And this one, bizarre dramatic monologue delivered in the voice of Frank Underwood, his character on the Netflix House of Cards, who was killed off after sexual misconduct allegations emerged, says, I know what you want me back. Anyway, then it goes on here and it says that basically what happened is the details of the allegations. It says here that he stuck his hand down an 18-year-old son's pants, grabbed it. I don't want to get too detailed here, but then the son fled the restaurant and Spacey went to use the bathroom. The son did not report the assault charges right away because he was embarrassed, but apparently this is going on multiple times. So this one's there was one in 1992, but this one that was statute limitations. But
well, because she's a newscaster. Heather Unruh is someone that I remember listening to on the news. As a Boston native.
But I just want to, sorry for interrupting you, both of you guys, but I just want to tell, how can I say that? Not to tell, because of course I will tell you, but to get your attention, that you need to pay attention, that it wasn't published. I mean, this article, specific article, wasn't published in US. It was in CA, what means like Canada. Like Canadian news station or like portal, internet portal or whatever. It doesn't matter. And what do you think? Isn't this weird? Because, for example, this huge underground technical facility, of course, it is under American, United States soil, but it is situated on U.S.-Canadian border near Great Lakes. And it is very specific status because almost nobody knows that even it's on U.S. mainland, respectively inland, let us call it that way, all the laws and restrictions are not according like U.S. federal laws, but it is working under Canadian laws, what is very, very unusual, and people practically have no goddamn clue what's going on under under their soil. I'm talking about those group of states in US. It's in the first place. Second, stuff that many people, I don't want to say many, most people have no clue that the real we don't have, even we in ACIO have no clue what's going on with a real Kevin Spacey, but I'm talking about Paul Serene, who pretend to be Kevin Spacey, but it's all different story. That Paul Serene is in some sort of what it is, like exile country, political exile country. It's Canada. So everything strange is happening in Canada, believe me or not. And Canada leads us to FAC, what can be translated respectively, like you can clarify it two ways. This Federal Army, FA, it's okay, not a problem, but a C can be translated as Canada, respectively Commonwealth. So it's very complicated and different, complicated, organized and different, working organizations. Of course, military residing organization. And what's so weird that those troops are operating in Europe too, and that's those like moods, because many people in Europe, I'm talking about inland of Europe, according to the Brexit, what means like Britain, Great Britain, respectively, United Kingdom, they are up to get out of European Union, and those troops, people have absolutely no goddamn clue. In European inland, many troops of this militarized organization are operating in European inland, and plus, respectively, I like to say, as a bonus, they are working, they're doing their own stuff here in Land Down Under, what means in Australia and in New Zealand, of course. Too, as of course, it's like, and we as organization in ACIO, we believe that they are very in common, very close, cooperating with Monarch, MSL, we can call it, like, as an acronym. So do you have any comments, people? Because there are many people from my surroundings have a lot of comments, different ideas about that, opinions, and what do you think in different perspectives? What do you think?
You've talked about this before, and how there's so much activity going up in Canada, and so you're saying that this group that you're referring to is at the same location where there's like another CERN, like another Hadron Collider, or there's some other activity going on that's very serious.
Yes, but it is not CERN, because CERN is up to break the space, if you want to call it this way, and this another device, reflector reactor or something like that, in the northeastern part of US. This device is up to break the time, but it's different than very complicated. But
Yeah.
that definitely different story. It will get us, like I don't know, like 3 or 4 hours debate. That it will be complicated. But technically, you are right. Those two machines are, connected to each other. Some sort of. Yeah. Yes, you are right.
So, well, there's a lot of components here. So Paul Serene is working with Monarch. Monarch is protecting them. There's a lot of activities, MyLabs, and whatever else is going on in that area. And plus, as you mentioned, this collider type of device. And so plus Mobius as well.
Yeah, but I just want to tell you that what do you think what's happening in this region? Because I don't want to say but we was warned that this is very unusual. That why common people want to buy a pendulum, small pendulum. It is like, I don't know, from 4 to 6 inches tall. I'm talking about this triangle, and there is pendulum, and for no particular reason. It's a bullshit. Why do you want to? Yeah, but I'm talking that pendulum will hang on a triangle, 2 triangles, and it will work. Yeah, something like that, and it will be ball in the end of the pendulum, and that's it. As I mean, chain or something like that, and in the end of the chain will be I don't know, some sort of Native American totem, or I don't know, like a small ball or something. People are crazy about that in those states. I'm talking like northeastern part of US, and I was like, what's wrong with those people? Because people, or normal, ordinary, common people, are going to shops. They are up to buy those pendulums, and that's technically the stuff that inside of this machine they are certain groups of pendulum, and they need to be perfectly synchronized.
So they're kind of subconsciously pulling into whatever is going on there.
Yes, because technically, because once I got this report, I was really trying to think, okay, and what's the connection between group of huge pendulums and small pendulums? And then afterwards, I was, believe me or not, I was sleeping, and then I just jumped out of the bed and I wrote it, and that's it. A huge amount of small pendulums will help to get huge pendulums. I mean, big pendulums. I don't know. They are like 10 or a dozen. 12 pendulums into the face. In the phrase, like they will be working perfectly together.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, that makes a perfect sense.
So supporting ultimately Monarch, as we've talked about before, they're willing to destroy our planet, our galaxy, our universe.
You are not right. You are not right.
You said this to me before, that they think that they can't be destroyed.
You are not right. They believed from very beginning of the project. They are still believing in it, and that's the problem, that they will create, give me a second, the best way of existence. But that's the problem, that how can you believe something it was never tested in the past,
on a smaller scale?
Yeah, in another, space, in another timeline. and it is like, like if you I don't know, like you know get children, and I mean leave children in the house, and there is a fireplace, and they wanna lit up the fireplace, and bam, it's a problem. They want, respectively, I don't want to say they want, but there is extremely high risk that they set the whole house in the fire. You know what I mean? Because they just want to see the fireplace burning, because it's nice. It's not a problem for adult people. It's not a problem to set a fireplace into fire. It's fine. It's it's, at least from my point of view, it's good, relaxing to see. But small children, they can't set a fireplace to fire safely. It's, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's very risky. And from my point of view, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Because they have absolutely no clue what will be the outcome. So technically, I don't want to say that they are up to destroy, but once they have no clue what will be the outcome, it's crazy.
All right. So it's reckless then,
Yeah.
rather than deliberate. Okay. So
Yeah.
All right. So I mean, this is essentially what is behind Paul Serene. All of these allegations and the things that are coming. Yes, he's doing these things, but it's bigger. The crimes are against the earth, and what they're doing essentially with Monarch and Paul Serene's plans. That's kind of recklessly doing certain things. So it's one aspect is the problem of the sexual indiscretions and the aggression, which I think is he's forcing himself on people, and then it's worse because they're underage. So the problem is bigger. So there's multi problems here, not just one.
Yes, you are right.
So essentially, this technology was supposed to predict the future, and assuming they Kevin Spacey used it to see a positive outcome. Is that the goal?
Yes, because that's the problem. It is like, no, we just want to make better future. But how do you know it will be better once you never tested it, even in alternative timeline reality or whatever? It's just crazy. It's us, and I will definitely not watch my language in this show. It's total bullshit.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Yes, because technically, once you cannot guarantee the outcome, you are putting us in big danger. That's it. End of story.
Right. So they're sort of like rogue, independent. They don't care what anyone else thinks, and they're just doing whatever they want.
Yes, this is it. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
What I thought was interesting, and I brought this up to you, is that Kevin Spacey is having to go to court in my city. I remember Heather Unruh, years ago. She was a good newscaster, and her son they were on Nantucket years ago. He played this character in that video. I think there was a TV show that he was in. And his character's last name was Underwood, and in
Frank Underwood in House of Cards.
House of Cards, okay, right? And so in 2011, I published a book called Macabre: Short Stories and Poems from the Other Side. One of my characters in that story was named Underwood, who had sexual indiscretions, but it was actually taking place in England, not in the U.S.
But technically, you know that this. How can I say that? This is exactly what they love to do. I mean, like, they love to put in contexts together, but not, how can I say that, not directly. I mean, like, not 100%ly or something like that, but, essence, you can, if you are able to as I like to say that, read between lines the essence. You will definitely see the essence. That's, you know.
Right. And it's also on my birthday that he's going to court, January 7th. So
Yeah,
it's
but
my city, my birthday, and
yeah,
then the
but
story of
technically,
Underwood. That was weird.
yeah, but technically, try to think you and how many people saw it. I mean, how many people have such luck? You saw, you know, Faith Connors as Kruger runner. You know,
Yeah,
you told me
I
that.
met her.
It,
Yeah.
yeah. I don't want to say so because yes, of course, once someone you met someone, it's kind of so, but you met, so it's different than so. Yes, you are right, and you told me that it was crazy amount. I mean, like crazy distance. You know, amount of meters, yards, feet. It doesn't matter. And she was like, she doesn't sweat or
She
something.
didn't
You
sweat. She looked like she just walked in from her car, and I knew that she had run from I don't know how many blocks away. It took us about 5 minutes to get there, 5 to 7 minutes, and she got there for, like we left at the same point that she did, but she got there very shortly after us from running, and she walked into the coffee shop and without any sweat. Her hair was perfect, as if, like, you know, none of the wind was affecting it.
yes,
Yeah.
and you almost you told me too that she wasn't all breathing, almost like, you know,
No,
overbreathe, something like that. Yeah,
not only that, and then when I went out to my car, I was shocked to see that my door was wide open, and I know I closed it and locked it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I know that. Yeah, so technically this is it, you know, because everything is in our lives is, how can I say that, connected mutually together, and it is some sort of very complicated pattern, and it is there is so much chaos, so big chaos, that even in this chaos, it starts to make sense and to create a pattern, right? And pattern, believe it or not, pattern is, how can I say that, like middle thing what was the whole TV show Fringe about. The pattern, they were up to you know, solve the pattern of the whole TV show. It was like 5 or 6 series. I don't know. I don't want to say something what's not true. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy. James, it looks like you have something that you want to share with us.
Yeah,
Yes,
this was
give me
this was another video that you shared with me, Jessica, back in early December. It's a grand jury indictment against federal crimes against some of these big wigs, including George H.W. Bush, who now apparently has been killed. In my opinion, he was executed, but they say he died. And then
yeah, but
Peter
sorry for
Monk.
interrupting you.
Yeah,
But
go
it
ahead.
is it. You can't get and tell he was killed, and no, people will not accept that. People will not accept
I
that. So,
agree. I agree. They will not accept.
sorry. Just go ahead. I just want to tell you. Okay, sorry.
Apparently, he got the same thing that John McCain got. He was executed as well. But Peter Monk and George Soros, apparently, according to this federal indictment, Kevin Spacey was trading, had trades put on the World Trade Center prior to when went down, which he profited off, and that was set up by Peter Monk and George Soros. So that's it just shows you that how connected he is if he's working with George Soros and this whole group. But
I just need to correct you because he was born in Hungary. What's a neighborhood state from Slovakia? It's my homeland, and in Hungary, they will pronounce it Sörös, Sörös. Okay, I just want to correct you, okay, because he's Hungarian. Okay, sorry for interrupting you, but just want to tell you.
Yes, I was just curious. So this was I don't know if it actually says when he has to show up in court, and this, I don't know, the video is 38 minutes long, and they didn't give the link to it, the video, the actual document. But yeah, Richard Shaney, John Brennan, John Ashcroft, Robert Mueller, Bush, Junior and Senior, Kevin Spacey, Barack Obama, John McCain, James Baker, Edgar Brofman, Paul Wolfowitz, Richard Pearl. These are all people being indicted. Peter Monk, Condoleezza Rice, George Soros, John Kerry, Bandar bin Sultan, David Rockefeller, Brent Snowcroft, Zbigniew Brzezinski, another one of his big wigs, and Hillary Rodham Clinton, which doesn't surprise me. She's also part of Monarch as well, because I know, Peter, we've talked about her in the past.
Yeah, people don't like it, but you know, I don't. To be perfectly honest, I don't care what people likes or don't. And no, I mean, I definitely don't care what people like, because once we will tell people the truth. People sorry, my bad. People need to realize that truth is ugly. I mean, and dirty. I don't want to say all the time. I don't want to say like this, but most times. I mean, like 99%. What should we do?
Yeah.
People should just accept that. It's bad.
Well, eventually it comes out, Peter, like you said, you know, it might take a little while, but then all the rest of the world catches up with your information. So either they can hear it from you first, or they can wait a couple years to find out what actually, you know, transpired, or you know, kind of the real story behind it.
Yeah, but do you know what's the main problem? And it is not my problem. It is people. It is people's problem. I mean, you know, masses. That it is not from me, but I mean, like, from myself. But I am, and I was also always was. I am, and I always will be talking about other whistleblowers. You know, other people. They are doing this kind of work as about the colleagues, my colleagues. And for many people, they are doing this kind of stuff, that they are talking about the things they are, you know, prohibited to masses, to most people to know about, and all kind of stuff, that they look at me, that they take me as an enemy. Once I have, you know, different point of view to something, or different kind of information, and then I'm thinking, like, what's wrong with those people? I never dare to even to think about people with different opinions, like they are my enemies. And I was like, I am like, what's wrong with those people? So, yeah. To be perfectly honest, okay, I will be very honest, and my haters, I will gain much even more haters. I'm talking about people from whistleblowing community. Once you are getting me as you know, like your enemy, then, just because I have different kind of information, respectively different point of view about something, then, sorry people, but you have some sort of agenda. I don't know which kind of agenda. I don't know, but it's up to you.
Well, some of it could be Monarch filtering through. And
I don't know. I have absolutely no clue. And to be honest, from my point of view, it will be waste of time and energy to deal with this. But it's because it's up to them what kind of agenda they are, you know, representing or something. But I will never dare to attack someone. publicly or something. Yes, of course, I have my own, opinions, ideas about people, but it's my own stuff.
But
But
you're an insider, Peter, and you're getting inside information. And so whether, like I said, if people want to hear it now or figure out a couple years later, like you were talking about Kevin Spacey before any of this stuff was going on, about him being connected to Paul Serene. And people, they thought, well, this is kind of weird. And then this article that James just read, the reason why I brought that up, that video, it was because the guy was reading through all the names of the people that were being indicted, and then he got to Kevin Spacey, and he said, Kevin Spacey. He goes, wait a minute, isn't he just an actor?
yeah,
And so they were shocked. They were thrown off. But you were talking about it, a year and a half ago, maybe, or even 2 years?
yes, something like that. I don't know, like between year, respectively, year and a half ago. Yes, it doesn't matter, but exact timing doesn't matter. But yes, you are right. And this is it. People, I don't, it is not like you must to believe me. No, I am not here to convince anybody by force. No, you are not right if you think that I am intent to do so. No, just listen to me and try to, how can I say that, try to get the info I revealed chronologically, and you got it. As you said, it is like one and a half, maybe 2 years till the official, how can I say that, the official media, I mean like mainstream media revealed that. Am I right?
Right. Yeah, it's been a while, and people had a hard time believing it. And even like this guy that did the video, I don't see what his name was, but I don't know, James, if you have...
His YouTube page is Red Pill Awaken Heaven's Frequency, and the video is called UMCA Just Arrived. Grand jury fed indictment on all the crimes are in. Believe it or not, number 66. So you can check that out.
Okay,
you mean like part number 66, right?
I think so.
Yeah. And do you know what's weird? Do you know what's weird? Try to think. 66 is number of Satan, devil, devoted 10. Try to think. It's symbolism.
Mm-hmm.
In everything you can see some sort of symbols. And now we are in year 2000. We will be in year 2000. Help me. 2019. And I know for many people it will be quite a bit complicated, but try to think, okay? 2019, right? And once you have it like 20, okay, not a problem. Then 1 plus 9, it will make 10. And 1, you divide it like 20 to 2, it will make 10 too. It's absolutely crazy. I mean, the time, and it is on the edge of years 2018 and 2019. It is so symbolic. Everything is so symbolic. We are moving hella fast. It's absolutely crazy. Just try to think and try to cover up the hidden symbols.
At this point, I like to read. This was part of the indictment. This is what they're recommending his sentencing should be. So it says here, next we charge Kevin Spacey for his supervisory role in orchestrating the 9/11 attacks. Count 1. We see no issue with charging Kevin Spacey yet again, this time for breaking 18 U.S.C. 2381 as chief supervisor over much of the logistics of 9/11. Spacey traded a massive amount of stock with Peter Monk in trading platforms owned by Soros. I think it was through Barrick Gold. Looking at his film, the usual suspects, it is likewise very clear he felt it would make a perfect jab to make it appear that Israel was the sole instigator of 9/11. Of course, now we know otherwise, as the House of Saud is exposed for his crimes worldwide. His passport is now seized. The penalty for such serious treason is up to 30 years in Guantanamo Bay or official public execution by a full firing squad, as in Godfather 3. The military will explore which option works best.
Wow.
That's fine. It goes on to Zbigniew Brzezinski. I'm sure he.
So what do you think? Because at least from from my point of view, everything of this makes for me, of course, makes perfect sense.
Well, these charges seem a lot worse than. I mean, don't get me wrong. I was a sexual inconduct with a child.
No. I believe you, but I am talking about the stuff that everything in the context, right? I told respectively. I brought up to the table you, Jessica, and then in you, James. Everything is connected mutually somehow and makes perfect sense.
So what if the military knows what Kevin Spacey is really about? They must know about Monarch, I'm assuming. And so they need to find a way to put him in prison. And maybe there's multiple charges. This is just one that has not really gone mainstream. This was a very difficult. I couldn't even Google this one, by the way. This is very
yes, you are right, but tell me, why they wanna get him to prison first place? No, try to think why. It's absolutely pointless, because okay, we need to make it very, very crystal clear. Once federal. No, it's not true, because it's just a little bit more complicated. Federal government, it's puppet of those private corporations. We can. I don't want to say we can. We give me a second, okay? We are talking about like those there are 6 of South or 7. Give me a second. It's like Kruger, they are good. Shoreline, they are good too. And the Ultimate, they are good too. But Monarch, Shoreline, Trinity, and Umbrella, they are bad. So technically those ones, my bad, they are technically owned, like, I don't want to say world, but they are ruling most part of the world, right? And the federal government in US, right, they are their own puppets through the bridge is Ministry of Defense. DOD, Department of Defense, my bad, DOD. And once DOD, like federal government and DOD, they don't wanna, once they don't wanna get their hands dirty, because it's so sensitive and so how can I say that? It's so bad, right? That they don't wanna get their hands dirty, so they get those businesses through DARPA, what is Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency. Very practically have no goddamn clue what's going on with this organization. There are like the headquarters is in Arlington, Virginia, in US. They have I don't know, like 240 to 250. Okay, between 250 and 300 employees. It doesn't matter, and they have up to 6 billions US dollars annual budget. Believe it, people, or not, that's true. It's absolutely crazy. 300 people, 300 employees, such a huge budget. Absolutely crazy. And it
They could build
those
a wall for that.
sorry.
They could build a wall. They want to build a wall between the United States and Mexico.
Yeah,
Stop
yeah,
illegal.
it's absolutely crazy, but officially it is half. So we are talking about like plus minus approximately 3 billions, but it is not true. Even as we know some sort of inside info, it is double, so it is 6 billions annual budget, billions of US dollars budget. But what we have some sort of things, real budget is between 10 and 12 billions, but it doesn't matter. I don't want to say it doesn't matter, but it's crazy. So DARPA is bridge between those private corporations and DoD, Department of Defense. So technically, this is the, how can I say that, the network, how it is working in US. And they are how can I say that, they rocks. They are making the rules. They are creating the rules. And someone sends me something. Okay. Okay.
All right. So according to the 2018 defense budget, it was $700 billion.
Not true. Not true. You are not true. It was actually it was almost what do you mean 700 what billions, 700 billions, right?
Yeah, they claim it's $700 billion.
Yeah, and that's not true, because technically it's very laggy. It's like unbalanced. It's from 3.5 to 5 trillions US dollars, and approximately it's like intermediate. It's from 4 to 4 and quarter trillions of US dollars annually. And that's the stuff that they don't want to talk about it. Absolutely, that's zero chance. It's like big no to talk about it publicly, because regular people, inhabitants in US, they will be definitely extremely pissed off what they are doing with their taxes they are paying. It's, sorry, it's funny for me, because it's really good that I don't live in US.
Yeah. Well, that comes out to $13,333 per man, woman, and child, and probably illegal immigrant, because I divide it up by 300 million people. So
330. We are talking 330.
Okay,
The last
4 trillion annually.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
So, but you said that does not include the SSP. Is that correct?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, there is no SSP. There is no SSP. There is no. We are not talking about black projects and all kind of this shit, because once we will talking about black project. I'm talking about these black projects, like what will be only a special for those. Private corporations. It will be double that. I'm talking about 8 trillions in total. So I'm talking about like 12 trillions in total. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy.
There should be no reason why we have homelessness, poverty, or starvation.
Yes, but you are right. But how can I say that? The fact why it is at the phenomenon you mentioned, that homelessness, poverty, and blah blah blah. I don't want to say it is blah blah blah. Of course it is not, but they are getting the crazy amounts of money to this I don't know, from my point of view, pointless stuff. And the same, very same, it's in Russia, in China, in India, you know that. I think that you know that. You have pretty good idea. It's you know, in those superpower states, I don't want to say same, but very similar.
Yeah, it's such a shame. So now I believe you've also been working with the Trump administration, or at least a contact. Perhaps would you be able to comment about any of that?
Yeah.
Anything,
But
any new
that's
developments?
Yeah, you are absolutely right. But technically, they wanna get those spending slower, and that's the reason why they completely get backs the troops, U.S. troops from Syria back to U.S. and many people. How can I say that? It is almost like, how can I say that? It's a crime. It is like, it's like, how can I say that? Like a rude word. It is, you know, like vulgarism. Once you are pacifist, I don't want to say I'm saying that I'm pacifist, but once you are telling in US that you are against war, and I don't want to say word war, respectively wars US led, and they are leading right now, but against war, as you know, in general, it is something very bad in US. And I was in all kind of states, and you know, lands in all around the world, and it's crazy. I never met with such a thing, or except US. It's very same as once you wanna talk in US about the UFO, ETs, and all kind of stuff, you are banned. No, you are
Right.
banned. It is no go topic. No go topic. And once you have your own private property, and you will rent it for people they want to talk about the how can I say that? It is like, you know, it's your private property, and you rent for people they are interested in this topic and all kind of the stuff. I know it is illegal, and you will go to jail in many states of US. I don't know, I don't have to be perfectly honest, I don't know which particular states, but I know it's most states. US have 50 states, and I don't want to say some bad numbers, I mean incorrect numbers, but it was like 47, maybe 48, up to 40 states. It's crazy.
For
I mean,
talking about UFOs?
yes, for example, try to think that you have house, and you have big backyard, right? And you have, you know, some sort of wood, you know, stuff, and you be like, oh, not a problem. Just go ahead and make your own stuff in this you know, small wooden separate house, not a problem. And once you have good neighborhood, and they will get, how can I say that, they will not involve into this, not a problem. But once you have bad, you know, bad, how can I say that, you know, you are not in not good shape with neighborhoods, and someone will call the police. Bye bye. End
Well,
of story.
I think it has to do with what they do is they don't really say it's a crime, but what they'll do is they'll humiliate you, and they'll say that you're crazy.
Right. You are not right. No, you are not
Well,
right.
I haven't encountered that so
you
far,
will
but
be arrested. You will be arrested, and you will be, you know, investigate.
Because they don't. The
I
government
don't want to
doesn't
say
want
you will go to
disclosed.
jail. I don't wanna say you will, you know, you will go to jail. But It will be, I think that you will definitely have crime record, definitely, and it will be like this rule. Help me, 3 times and 3 times and no go. You will go to the jail after
Well,
3 times.
See, from my experience, I'm not just disagreeing with you because I know that it's going in that direction. Or like I haven't been out there, as far as putting together a group. I know there are ranches out in the Southwest that, they talk about ETs all the time, but they've had problems. And as far as my experience is, they try to make you look like you're crazy. So that's the first thing that they do is they try to say, oh, you're out of your mind. Maybe you should go to a facility.
Yes,
that's one of their
right.
tactics. Yeah. So and the religious people say that it's satanic immediately.
Fallen angels.
Yeah, or you're evil. You're worshiping Satan by
Yes,
talking about
yes, you are. Yes, you are right.
ETs. So through humiliation, they get you as well.
Well, how about we make a brief mention about Otis T. Carr's work with the OTC X-1 flying saucer that he was creating in the 1950s, and he actually he worked with Nikola Tesla before he died, and he created this prototype that actually was a flying saucer.
So I just want to.
Showed up
I just
and shut him
want
down.
to. Sorry, I just want to, and it is serious. Okay, so
Yeah.
people try to, especially people in US, try to take this very serious. Try to how can I say that? Stay with your neighbors in good relationships, because once you will be edgy at this, they will call the police and you will have trouble. Believe me or not, it is like that.
No,
I don't want to say
words of wisdom from you, Peter. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to say in all the states, but especially in mainland. I mean, U.S. mainland. It's very big problem. Of course, once you have your own ranch and huge area, huge property, that's not the problem. It's yours. Not a problem. Not a big deal. But once it will be, I don't know, in downtown, respectively, in some sort of county, it's bad. I just want to tell you, okay, it's at least from my point of view, good advice, especially in US. And I don't know what's their problem, because I traveled all around the world and it was not the problem. Even in Russia and former all the other member states of Soviet Union, not a single problem to talk about this. And how strict rules, banned topics and all kind of things was in former Soviet Union, and now not a single problem. I just want to tell you.
No, thank you. I appreciate that, because I think there are a lot of listeners that might want to have bigger discussions or even getting into arguments, about disclosure and so forth in their neighborhoods. And I don't encourage that, because they do have to live there, and so you can share information but not get into arguments with them, because like you said, it can become a really miserable situation, or you could be accused of certain things. And
yes, and I know, sorry for interrupting you. I know that, yes, of course, it should be like, I just not want to warn you. I mean, the police, the local authorities. Second one, I don't know. It will be up to personal decision of sheriff or whatever, whoever, right? But first, it will be, this rule, 3 times and no go. You will go to the jail. At least when not to the jail, in front of the court. And once it will be only local court, okay, I don't want to say okay, but but once it will be in a certain specific area, you go to a federal court in, I don't know, like capital city of certain state, and I record crime record in your criminal records. Yeah, bad stuff. You know that.
All right, so Peter, is that going to lighten up in time, or because we've been kind of in that situation for a while where it's kind of like a subject that you're not allowed to talk about, and that's ETs in the U.S. Because the government doesn't want to deal with it. They don't. They keep hiding disclosure. Will this get better? When's this going to get better for us?
I don't know. I don't know. It's hard to say.
But surely you have time travel technology. Where you can look into the future.
Yeah, but we cannot travel to the future because there is no chance to guess the future. We can have only certain scenarios, but it's practically it's practically the same all what we can do.
That's because the timelines have been affected.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So messed up that that's pretty much it. What we can do.
Right.
Can you explain what a bubble time universe or whatever you said? Wait, we're in a pocket universe. Can you explain what that is and how that happened?
That's. I'm trying to think about it.
You said the timelines were destroyed by what, Monarch?
Yeah, that's
or
the problem.
Mobius.
No, yes or no? Yes or no? Problem is that Monarch did what they did, right? But situation is that Monarch people freed from their slavery tried to, how can I say that, to fix all the stuff. But once you try to fix the problems, you have no goddamn clue what all there was about.
Right.
You made it even worse and worse. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy.
That's why certain beings are coming in that are from other timelines or parallels or whatever it is that don't belong here.
That's like absolutely, I don't know. It's so crazy. What do you think? Isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it has been crazy, Peter. The stuff that I've seen, I had someone contact me from Oklahoma who said that their son, and the son was sitting right there, he's about 14 years old, and he said to me he saw what looked like a reptilian, and the reptilian was leaning up against a building, like a second-story building, and his up hind or not the hind legs, the front legs were resting on the roof, and you know what I mean. They were seeing all sorts of different types of, beings and creatures have been coming through their home. So things that don't, and I was looking, and some of them were from definitely an earlier time period in our history. Like the cryptoids, just like really weird stuff. So that, these things don't belong here in our timeline, but they're creating. This is Paul Serene again, who, that's why I said, are they trying to destroy the earth because of the way that they did it? But like you said, they're experimenting, but you don't do a large scale experiment. Anyone knows this, even a teenager understands this from science projects, that the smaller scale projects happen in the lab. The big scale happens after it's been proven of what the outcome is somewhat, or at least have an idea of where it could go. And so they're creating an experimental small-scale lab experiment on the Earth, which is large scale.
Yeah, you are absolutely right. This is absolutely crazy.
So that's the crime. That's the bigger crime behind this.
Could you please explain what a pocket universe is in relation to hyperspace and the other timelines? Please.
Yes, technically that's the problem. because once everything is so messed up that you are not able to how can I say that? Once everything is so messed up that you are not able to save anything at all, then you need to do what you need. What means that you make pocket universe. I prefer to use pocket universe. Someone likes how can I say that? Likes to say someone likes to say bubble universe, and it is only temporary, right? And yes, I don't wanna make you fear, no, but I need to tell you, okay, we are living in pocket universe. This is crazy. sorry, it's absolutely crazy. But I need to tell you, okay, we are living in a pocket universe.
So what happens when somebody punctures the balloon? Does this universe explode and we disappear?
No, because, and this is, how can I say that? It is absolutely crazy. It is oxymoron. Oxymoron. It is, how can I say that? It is like, what do you have as a pet? Yeah, it is dog cat. What? It can exist. Dog cat can exist, and this is it. Okay. It is temporary only. But it can, whatever you will, with reality, any sort of reality, timeline, all kind of the stuff. Once you have only temporary universe, it's simply can't affect you. So that's it. It can't affect you. It can't affect you.
It was the Council of Five that helped to, or was it the ACIO who helped?
Technically, we did what we was up to, but without help of Council of Five, we will be not able to do anything. That's the reason. That's true.
Right. And
so why did the Council of Five agree to allow this happen? What's the whole purpose?
You mean
putting it
allow to how can I say that, to get the situation in such a big mess?
Yeah.
What do you think?
That's the stuff. I don't want to say I don't know. I mean, okay, because we were talking about TV show Fringe many times, and what the stuff is, it is very the same as in TV show Fringe. They were those observers, right? And one of them, I think that he was August. Yeah, August. And he moved something, and in the laboratory, and it fell from the table, and Peter, as a main character, he was he paid attention to this tube, and in the tube was a poison. Tube was it doesn't broke, no, but he opened it, and he played with it, and he died. But once something like that will not happen, everything will be fine, or vice versa, or he died and he shouldn't die. It absolutely doesn't matter, okay? Situation is that he only don't observe. No, he, how can I say that, broke the timeline. Yeah, this is it. And Council of Five has their own agents. They should, okay, so learning people should do something, and sometimes they, because of course they are not perfect too, so sometimes they mess up and they need to correct it. And you know that sometimes that once you need to correct, yeah, you messed it, up even more and more, and yeah, you know, ah, it's bad,
Peter, is it possible that in some ways there is something to be learned out of this, and that we're okay? It's just that we're learning many things from the mistake that happened?
Yes, but what do you think? Is it possible to learn once? I mean, of course, it is possible, but once we will be like destroyed, like done, there is
But
no one to learn.
no, I know that, but it didn't get to that point. And what I was thinking is the universe is full of a lot of moments of where shit happens, and I mean, it's just honest. And there are still within our predictable universe are things that are not predictable, and sometimes there is an order in chaos or a chaos in order, and there, just when you think that everything is perfect, there are even other beings that somehow mix things up in a way that
But what do you think? Isn't it good or bad? Because I think it's good.
I think we can take the situation, the present situation, because maybe in the current scenario with Monarch running everything and everyone was kind of blind to their activities, because of the timelines are messed up, it's what they were trying to do actually worked against them.
Yeah, but isn't all this kind of stuff, how can I say that, crazy that I'm talking about like mankind, are messing the things up, and other races are messing up, and that's the story. Okay, that's
Yeah.
it. Once only some, how can I say that, some races will messed up, it will be messed up, and all kind of stuff will collapse millions, billions of years ago. But once all the races, I don't want to say all the races, but most races are messing it up, it creates balance. Sorry for that, but this is absolutely crazy, at least from my point of view.
Yeah, it
sorry
is.
Sorry for that.
And I appreciate that the Council of Five, even though the problem happened, that they made an effort to support us and keep us in a, it's like a bird dropping from a nest. In some ways, yeah, we're cracked, but we're not broken completely. And I think that there's always someone there.
I just want to tell you that at least from my point of view, there is something what at least from my point of view, it's absolutely crazy that because I need to definitely I need to go to this topic once because they want to create no, it is not, they are super soldiers, ultra soldiers, and they are Lichtsoldaten, what means in German language light soldiers, soldiers of light, it doesn't matter, okay? And they have their own very specific eyes crustaceans. He or it is crustacean, my bad. Mantis squid. He's like, I don't know, 4, maybe 5 inches long, and he's absolutely like, this is absolutely crazy. Um, because our eyes, mankind eyes, we can see only 2 things: amount of light and colors. Am I right?
Right.
And this crust scene, this mantis squid, his eyes or its eyes, and doesn't matter. Uh, his eye, respectively, its eyes can see 16 something like that. So I don't know, like amount of light, color, and all kind of stuff. And believe it or not, for this Lichtsoldaten, they are using, I don't want to say the exact specific eye or eyes, but very the same, something like that. And why I'm bringing this specific topic to the table, with how can I say that, from first, first point, for no particular reason, because we have invasion of those animals in south eastern Australia, what is absolutely crazy, because they were never here. Never. And they are very dangerous, because they are like, I don't know, from 4 to 6 inches, how can I say that, long, and they can hurt your hand, respectively leg, so crazy that it is for amputation.
Wow.
Yeah.
So these are the super soldiers. So
how can I say that? They are, how can I say that, super soldiers in small version, if you want to call it this
wow.
way.
Okay,
Yeah,
but they're
yeah.
kind of like an ET group.
Yeah. They are
Like a mantid, you said? Like a mantid?
Yeah, but underground. I'm underground.
Oh, okay.
Just look at. I will maybe send the link in description, and they look very odd. They are so, I don't want to say extremely like superpower, but according to their mass and weight and like longness, they are absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy. Absolutely.
Okay, so
Dr. Stephen
wow.
Greer did a documentary about these extraterrestrial beings that are very tiny. Is that one of these?
I will send you a link to the description, and you will see, like, it's absolutely crazy. It's something like a lobster, but just a little bit smaller version of lobster, and it's
crustacean.
Yeah,
you said,
this is absolutely crazy. It's like crevat.
And that's a super soldier.
Yeah, it's
lobster.
like crevat. It's like crevat, but very powerful crevat. It's like once it will be like it's crevat, so it is not so small. My bad.
Yeah.
It's not so big as a lobster, but once it will have size of a lobster, I even can't imagine what kind of damage will be capable to do. And we believe that this was very, I don't want to say very first, but once of the very, I don't know, like beta version in IT language, they like to say, the very beta version of super soldiers.
Mm.
They were living underwater and all kind of
I saw them a couple years ago, the crustaceans. That I remember seeing that they were like lobsters, and some of them look like crabs.
Yes, but it is absolutely crazy because I was like, oh, what's that? I never saw something like that in those waters, and all people were panicking and they were going. I mean, swimming and going insanely fast. And I was like, what the heck is going on down there? And they were covering whole beach. I was like, what the? It's this is
You
crazy.
call it the Lichtsoldaten. Is that so? Are they a part of the Reich? One of the Reichs?
Yeah, fifth Reich.
Fifth
Yeah.
Reich. Okay, so the Fifth Reich brought him in. And what is the agenda of the Fifth Reich?
Fifth Reich is technically New Germany in art. 1, 2, 3. My bad. In Antarctica.
Okay, so all right.
Yeah.
New
That's
Schwaben-
New Schwabenland.
Schwabenland.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I just want to I just want to tell you people that this is for. I don't want to say we are at the very end, but I just want to tell you that this will be on Jessica's channel, and we will be. I don't want to say talk about totally different stuff, but some stuff will be different in respectively under James's channel. Am I right?
Yeah, so we're gonna be people can listen to you in both shows.
Yeah, and
James's
I think
show
that
as
it will
well.
be and I think that it will be better because we can bring much more variety of topics. I think.
Absolutely. So this is now we're getting a little deeper into the Fifth Reich because we were introduced to the topic of the Fifth Reich, but now we're getting more information. James, do you
Yes.
have any questions regarding the Fifth Reich?
Well, here's one from our list. It says here, does a Nazi Fifth Reich exist? Fifth Reich, I believe so. If so, what quadrants of our Earth, solar system, and perhaps galaxy does it have jurisdiction over? And what alien entities are its allies? Now, that's quite a big question.
No, I think it's quite a normal question. At least from my point of view, is a normal question.
Well, why don't you
Problem-
start? What is the
problem-
Fifth Reich? What is
Problem is that this is not such a complicated question because they are what? They are, how can I say that? They are hybrids. Crossbreeds either, it doesn't matter because that's it, okay? They are so hybridized. Okay, I will definitely not stop and watch my language. They are bastards, and they know that they are most craziest bastards from any bastards and at all in wherever universe, and that's the reason why they programmed. I mean, their leaders, why they programmed their people. Why they programmed, I mean, like, brainwashed their people that they are Übermenschen, what means like over man over special
Yeah,
people, blah, blah,
Frederick
blah. Sorry?
Friedrich Nietzsche talked
Sorry,
about
what?
Friedrich Nietzsche talked about the Overman.
Yeah, overman
Yes,
and blah,
to
blah, blah.
overcome
And
yeah.
this is the bullshit because they know that it is not true. And they have complex that they are so mixed that there is no chance to determine their origin, their lineage. Yes, their how can I say that? Their origin.
Ancestry.
Yeah, that their ancestry, their origin. No, there is no chance. So they have complex. They have, and they always will have. Will have, definitely. And they did what they did. And this is the first thing. And how can I say that? I mean, why Antarctica, right? Because in our timeline, when Nazi Germany and the Axis, I mean Rome, Berlin, Tokyo, they lose the war. My bad, sorry. They lose the Second World War. All the Nazis, they run away to Latin America countries, especially to Argentina. And how can I say that? It is like symbolism. It's symbol of their, how they and when, in which condition, weather condition, they lose the Second World War. It's cold weather, all kind of stuff in Russia. And they flipped it totally together, 180 degrees. That, how can I say that? This is something what they should be proud of. It wiped out the memories of their people. It made extremely solid propaganda, and this is it. What they started to build their own new, I don't know, identity. Try to call it as you like.
I like to mention, like, near the end of the war, the new Schwabenland people really got fed up with the Nazi regime because they viewed them as overly racist. So they decided to withhold all the super advanced technology from Hitler. So that's why there was almost like a schism even before the end of the war, and that's why that technology was not used.
Yeah. No. It's yes, you are right. Yeah. You. Yes, this is it. But many people don't know it, and even if they know it, then they don't want to believe it. This is absolutely.
Well, I mean, there was still Operation High Jump when Admiral Byrd went down there.
No. This was, how can I say that? This was very, how can I say that? This was very, how can I say that? Like, seldom. Do you know what I mean? Of seldom.
No. So the Fifth Reich sound very similar to the variations of the Third and the Fourth. Are some of the same players there?
Yeah.
Okay, so these are the old men that I've seen.
Yeah.
But they're now some of the Third Reich Nazis that are older.
Yeah, you are right.
Yeah,
but they would have been re-aged, so they wouldn't look older.
Well, they're showing themselves as older. Maybe it's a facade, but I know I had it out with Mengele recently.
Yes, you are right. But technically, you need to remember that first. How can I say that? Like beta version. Sorry for that. Again, but beta version of in the very beginning of time travel was those 20 years steps. You know what I mean? 20 years steps.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
So that, well, you mean like they kind of progressed and then
yes.
Yeah.
It wasn't so easy for them to make, you know what I mean.
So are they working simultaneously at the same time? So even though they've progressed at the same ones, but still in the timelines, I'm seeing the third, fourth, and fifth still coming through differently.
Yeah, you are right.
This is a problem, so it's like multiplied. And I had a problem I was helping someone, and Mengele showed up. I was looking at him, and I heard him talking to someone, and he turned and looked at me in time space, and then he went right down my childhood. It just totally destroyed my life when I was younger. I mean, that quick, because I was watching him. He was angry. Unbelievable, the stuff that they can do.
And I had a friend who remote viewed Adolf Hitler, and he saw him wearing a general's uniform on a starship, looking out over the stars. Which seems to make a lot of sense. That's probably where he'd be.
Yeah, you are right.
Probably in the Dark Fleet.
Speaking of a Dark Fleet, that there's people that are talking about a black super soldiers. When I say black, like dark super soldiers that are very dangerous. Is it possible that this new group that you talked about, the Lichtsoldaten, is that the dark? Would that be the dark super soldiers then?
Yeah, because technically the situation is that they have, they have what they have. I mean, like those, how can I say that, gray version of uniforms, Nazi uniforms, but the ones they they made, because in past, they made time jump respectively after how can I say that, after traveling in the time, everything goes many levels darker. So the situation with with uniforms, I don't want to say they are completely black, but they are so gray, almost black.
Yeah, dark gray.
Dark gray. Yeah. Yeah, you are right.
Yeah. So, yeah, people have been asking about the Fifth Reich, and that makes total sense. So that they keep on evolving and bringing in different twists to their agenda.
Yeah, and that's the reason why they don't like me. And the situation is that it is like, for example, once White Rabbit showed up in my room. That was kind of interesting situation.
That was them. The White Rabbit was them.
Yeah, White Rabbit, and he just stared at me and look at me with his big teeth.
Crazy, uncomfortable eyes.
Yeah.
They make you feel very uncomfortable.
So that was the last time we talked.
It was just a little bit weird.
Can you explain what happened again for people?
I don't know.
That was on my show, I think. He had a White Rabbit showed up, and then you saw Maxine, and then there was weirdness was happening. It was like you were they pulled you in some kind of reality, and then you were smelling like apple pies or something. It was
but it was tasty. What should I do once it was on the walls, but it was so tasty. What should I mean, I like a tasty apple pie.
Yeah, and then the android a little Alice showed up
I don't like little Alice, because Alice was up to grab my hand, and she was like, come with me into the Wonderland. I was like, I don't want to get to Wonderland. Definitely not.
No, they'll lock you up somewhere. Yeah, that's what they want to do. They want to get us out of the way.
I don't want to get to Wonderland with you. No.
No, they want to get you out of the way, Peter, because if they can get you out of the way, then they can do all sorts of things without anyone, keeping an eye on them. And they've done that with me before too, try to pull me into stuff, and I have other people that have said that as well.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, I wanted to talk a bit about another thing that we discovered too. Is you mentioned Soros being from Hungary,
But that's
and
true. But that's true.
well, I believe it. And well, the question is that I've been working with people from your homeland, around Slovenia and the Czech Republic and so forth. And
no, but I'm not from Slovenia. I'm from Slovakia. I'm just,
I know that. I'm just saying, like, from the area.
That makes sense. Okay.
So some of these people that I've been talking to are having serious problems with very strange activities, and there's one man
but technically there are serious problems in Slovakia too and Czech Republic too, because what do you think? Those Protestants, they are unarmed and they just want to common people know the truth, and they that's bullshit.
Well, what I found when I was doing a private session with someone, a wicked ruler that was around the area, and I pretty much saw who she was and everything, and saw that she was very, very evil, and then I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And so then when I looked in history, it was Elizabeth Bathory from Hungary, who we...
No. She was living... I mean, yes, she was from Hungary, but she was living in... now it is in Slovakia.
Okay.
Now.
Oh, all right. So that part was okay. So, but that was around 1560, and supposedly 1560 to 1614. And you confirmed to me that it was the same soul as Semyase.
Yeah, but technically she loves to sucks people's souls. My bad, and to drink virgin. I'm talking like female virgin's blood, and she also loves to but technically it doesn't matter because she's doing
it now.
Still nowadays. Yes, to make a bath in female virgin's blood.
Yeah.
Holy
so
crap.
when I saw the things that she did, I saw that there was the same behavior as Semyase, and it's just to show who she was in history, but she is what's referred to as the female Dracula.
Yes, Dracula. Yes, you are right.
Yeah, and the people are still suffering from that, because that came up in a private session, and there was another man that I talked to from that area who had a wonderful relationship with a girlfriend, and this woman asked her that she worked with, asked her to go out and have a drink with her one night, and she got raped by that woman so badly that she could never be in a relationship with that man again. So she's very damaged. And the woman looked like Elizabeth Bathory. So that she's manifesting in body over there.
I know. I know.
It's horrible. I mean, it's traumatizing their lives. They're having a very, very hard time. And
but that's the problem, that she can seduce men that they are practically like helpless, that they are in love and blah blah blah. Oh crap.
No, she was doing this to a woman. She said this guy's girlfriend got raped.
I know. But
So
I'm just telling you that that men are doing that's.
She's doing that to men too. I know that. Yeah. I mean, she'll use anyone because she wants their life force.
Yes, and I don't wanna say the names loud, but we have. No, I don't wanna say we have. We had good friend of ours, and now he's doing what he's doing, and he's ignoring us, because once we are trying to tell him the whole truth about this woman, I don't want to say woman, about this being, he tried to attack us. I mean, verbally attack us and all kind of stuff. So he should learn from for himself. It's not up to us. bye
tried
bye.
to warn him multiple times, and he got angry at us, and then actually created a bigger problem for me personally regarding my radio shows and stuff. So, and that's, like I said, that was part of her agenda, obviously, to do that. But yeah, this type of stuff is very real. She's very active, and I think we even asked about
and technically the problem is that she caused many problems for me too, because the
you
stuff
too.
is yes, because she believed that she is able to seduce me too. I mean, seduce me in intimate way and blah blah blah. And I resist her, and I mean, I was able to resist her, and bad stuff.
Well, I told everyone, I said I was at a baseball game. She sat down right next to me, and I called you. You remember? I was sitting on a bench watching a baseball game.
I know.
And I got to see her very up close. And when I saw that picture of Elizabeth Bathory, I said, I recognize the face right away. It's the forehead, the eyes, everything, the expression. It was like right down to a T, the way she was. And I said, and people said, what is she like? And, they have her glamorized like some men, I think, fantasize about her, and they have no idea this is like the nightmare of nightmares. And
I know, but what should you do once someone don't want to hear your advices?
Yeah, there's nothing else you can say. Well, then, which brings us up to another topic, one last topic maybe before we go. James, you brought this up. The civilization of Damanhur, that you said someone had a question for you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me go find that.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw you off, but we did sort of say it in passing, and which I think Semyase is involved with as well, if I'm correct.
Okay, so dear James Rink, it's a great honor and privilege for me to get in contact with you. I tried to expand my perception to connect my studies of the occult with the topic of the secret space program, including the theme Super Soldier. I try to research how the occult is intertwined with the secret space program, like my research in the matters, the occult mystic group of Damanhur.
Damanhur, yeah.
Okay, including the experiences of time traveling in the temple of mankind under the surface, for example. Is it possible to ask Peter, the insider, if the ACIO is connected with the group in the Damanhur located in Italy near Turin? Peter,
us respectively. Oh, how can I say that? ACIO definitely not. We are not. We are not connected with those. My bad. With this company or cult or whatever. Definitely not.
Is Semyase involved with them?
Yep.
Okay.
Because technically she can be infiltrated in practically in any way. My bad. Anywhere.
So this was this underground temple that was carved out and painted over a period. It must have been this guy's lifetime.
Yeah, but you need to realize the connections, okay? Because FIAT, what is like a famous Italian car maker, and actually owner of, respectively co-owner of even more famous Italian car maker Ferrari. They are the members and how can I say that, officers because it's semi-military organization of this cult. And the stuff is that it was like 55 years ago that it was for because he was born during, I'm talking about Enzo Dino Enzo Dino Ferrari. He was born during my bad. He was made, I mean, as a child during sex ritual in this how can I say that in this ritual of this organization. And the very same was with the son of Ferruccio Lamborghini, what is like main concurrence for Ferrari car makers, you know. And why we are talking about those car makers, well, technically, hey, what this man is talking about? I mean, many people will ask this question about me. It's not so easy to get this info together, because in the 1990s, 1991, I think, or 1992, 1991, and it is not the year is definitely not coincidence, because it is symmetrical. 1990, 91. They start to, I'm talking about Lamborghini, they start because in Italian pronunciation it is Lamborghini, right? They start to make the model called Diablo, and this is definitely not a coincidence. Do you know where I am going to when I am intending to?
Yes, when you call it, that's the devil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is it. And how can I say that? It is like all my when the last car, I mean like last piece of car of Diablo was made for one anonymous and it is like this hackers community. It was anonymous. It wasn't like something like that. It was anonymous, right? And there was the card, as it was a gift, and it was the card inside. And it is like all the talents I had, I got from the opposite of God. Believe it or not, but this was in this car, and I've got the photo of it. I mean, not personal, but like humor, our organization. That's like that. And of course, it's okay what you wrote me, but this Damanhur, it's the date is not okay. No date. A year is not okay, but it should be like 1940. sorry, my bad. 13 or 1375 or 1575. 1575. Yes, the 1575 is correct, because it is like so weird. 1575. Yes.
It's been around hundreds of years.
Sorry?
The group has been around for hundreds of years.
Yeah. 1575.
Well,
Their rumors, they start to operate 200 years ago. So it should be like 1375, but official records starts in 1575. Yes.
But they have it on their website that it's 1975.
No. So of course we
Yeah.
you know, I can read to the website whatever I liked.
Right. No, I know. That's what they're saying. I'm just sharing that. But I agree with you that they look like they've been around for a lot longer.
Yes. So technically this is it. I just want to tell you, okay?
But how old is that complex underground? Was that also 200-300 years old, or?
Oh no, definitely not. It is like It's like more than 1,000 years ago. My
Wow.
bad. No, more than 1,000 years old.
Well, they must have kept that place secret for all that time.
Yep, that's
That would
true.
be very difficult to do.
For them, definitely not. Uh-uh. Believe me, definitely not.
So then I have a question too, Peter, because it's kind of related in a way. There's also Jean has asked a question in the comment section about the wing makers and the connection of ACO to the wing makers in Chaco Canyon in Arizona. So this is another group that does, talks about time travel and the ACIO.
But technically, wing makers is old topic and out of date topic. Once if we will talk about wing makers 8 or 10, maybe 12 years ago, it will be okay. But it is so, how can I say that, over-talked topic.
But nobody really fully understands it. That's the problem. So I think we'd like to just kind of get the correct information out of the connection, and then maybe that will resolve it.
Okay. Let's take. Okay, I think that I have a suggestion. We will make some. Let us call it wing makers special.
Okay.
One day. But once we will be not so busy with actual stuff, because once it will be more calm, if you like it that way, okay?
All right.
Because now we have very turbulent times, and I don't want to say wing makers are not important, definitely not, but it is not so easy just get wing makers with I don't know, maybe 1.5 hour away. Yeah. I mean, throw it away, okay?
Yeah. Okay. All right. So, anyhow, the Damanhor is something that we haven't talked about. It was kind of, I knew about it, but it was like in the background, and I think...
And I just want to tell, I mean, at least you think that it is about automotive, so it is about very easy language from getting people from point A to point B, and in the first place, because Fiat as main Italian car maker, Italian car maker owns all the Italian manufacturer except Lamborghini. It is under Volkswagen, German car maker, and at least from my point of view, it's very symbolic that both of supercars, I mean, like supercars, super sports, they can drive very fast, and they are very specific for people, because every single man since childhood dreams about having a Ferrari or Lamborghini in the first place. But it is extremely dangerous, and only for those cars are really dangerous, and driving them is only for very well skilled drivers. So it's very edgy, and those are very symbolic stuff, at least from my point of view.
So you said that they were connected to the Diavolo, right?
And through Damanhor, yes.
Okay, so what who are they referring to when they say the Diavolo? Like there's many others. I mean, there's a lot of dark beings out there. Which one are they talking about that they're calling the devil?
Oh, but no, that's a question, because I don't want to say the devil is of course he's bad, but he's not the worst one.
Right.
Once we are talking about dark entities, let us call it that way. But it should be whole another show about dark entities.
There's
We are
many.
not. Yes, we have out of time. I think because we are doing usually 2 hour show.
Right. But we are going to do another show tomorrow with James. And James
true.
is going to be presenting some questions, and we're going to probably be reviewing some of this same topic after we think about it for a night, right, James?
Yeah.
Maybe you should write. Maybe you should write the stuff, at least basic stuff.
Yeah, you decide, James, whatever you want to talk about tomorrow.
Well, I know, Jessica, you said that I might have been a Nazi at Nuremberg in my past life. I think that might be interesting if we could elaborate a little bit on that. Not something I'm really thrilled about participating in, but anyway, all right. So, is this my cue to conclude the show?
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say thank you for joining us today, James. And I'll tell you, these conversations are really good, and I appreciate what you bring to the table, as well as you, Peter. Thank you so much for your time. You guys are awesome, and I'd like to be able to give people the latest information, and I trust, Peter, that you are the person to do that. And of course, I appreciate your skills and ability as someone that presents disclosure, James. So thank you, both of you, for joining today.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you for your regular. I don't want to say regular because it is out of control for specific reasons right now, but for giving me the space to make some solid disclosure.
And I like to mention my website is supersoldiertalk.com, and also visit neologicaltech.com to support the work that I do. And Peter, do you have any websites you want to plug in?
Yes, you know my websites or not?
Why doesn't the ACIO make a website? You do ACIO.
Yeah, they don't know. Yeah, you know that they don't know.
I mean
they don't know. They don't know how to make the solid disclosure. They don't know the right balance between talk too much, respectively write too much, and make normal part of disclosure. And I have some sort of special agreement and all kind of the stuff,
Well, what has the ACIO...
agreement and allowance
Are you working with the new Men in Black movie, the new one that's coming out in June?
To be honest, some sort of funny stories, believe me or not, yeah. They will be. I like, holy crap, this is like crazy.
Yeah. Apparently, they mentioned the secret space program in that movie, so there is soft disclosure.
No, it will be surprise, okay? It will be surprise.
Great. Thank you, Peter.
All right, thanks, Peter. Yeah, thank you, James.
Thank you, listeners.
You have been listening to Disclosures with Peter the Insider and Jessica Ariel Morocco. Join us on YouTube channel, Jessica Ariel Morocco, and visit www.peter-insider.com and www.readingsbyariel.com. Remember to post your questions in the comment section below the video. We look forward to hearing from you.